There's a family on Earth worth over $1.4 trillion, and almost nobody truly understands how they live. Welcome to the world of the House of Saud. This is far beyond a typical royal family. This is a dynasty that controls one of the richest nations on Earth, Saudi Arabia, powered by oceans of oil and unimaginable influence. And their wealth? It isn't measured in millions or even billions. Estimates suggest the extended royal family controls over $1.4 trillion in combined assets. Take a second to process that. Now imagine what that level of wealth actually looks like in real life. Not numbers on a screen, but power you can see, touch, and experience. Because when money reaches this level, it stops being about luxury. It becomes something else entirely. This empire traces back to one man, Ibn Saud, who unified the Arabian Peninsula and laid the foundation for one of the most powerful monarchies in modern history. Back then, life was different. Survival came first. Harsh desert conditions, tribal conflicts, limited resources. But everything changed the moment oil was discovered beneath the sand. That single discovery didn't just transform a nation. It created a financial engine powerful enough to fuel generations of unimaginable wealth. Today, the story is no longer about survival. It's about luxury at a level most people will never truly comprehend, a level where even billionaires feel ordinary. Let's start with their homes. The Saudi royal family doesn't just own houses, they own palaces, hundreds of them. Across Riyadh, Jeddah, and far beyond, entire compounds are built exclusively for princes and princesses. We're talking about properties featuring private mosques, marble imported directly from Italy, gold-plated interiors, artificial lakes in the middle of the desert, and even private airports. But that's only the beginning. Some of these palaces are so massive, they function like private cities, with hundreds of staff members, security teams operating 24/7, entire wings that remain untouched, built simply because they can be. Long corridors lined with gold, chandeliers the size of small cars, ceilings so high every step echoes through space. And for them, this is normal. One of the most talked about properties in the world belongs to Mohammed bin Salman, a $300 million chateau in France known as Chateau Louis XIV. This isn't just a residence, it's a modern-day palace inspired by royal history, featuring underwater rooms, a private nightclub, a wine cellar, and advanced technology capable of controlling the entire estate from a single tablet. Even the fountains move in perfect sync with music, every detail engineered for perfection. Now let's talk about cars, because in this world, cars are not transportation. They are statements, symbols of power, identity, and status. Members of the House of Saud own some of the rarest vehicles ever created. Custom gold-plated Lamborghini Aventadors, Rolls-Royce Phantoms tailored to perfection, limited edition Bugatti Veyrons worth millions. But ownership isn't enough. They collect. Dozens, sometimes hundreds. Entire underground garages filled with machines most people will never see in their lifetime. And when they travel, they don't leave them behind. Entire fleets of supercars are flown into cities like London or Paris just so they can drive their own vehicles abroad. Imagine arriving in another country, and everything you own is already waiting for you. Not rented, not borrowed, yours, exactly as you left it. But the real statement of power? Private jets. The Saudi royals own some of the most luxurious aircraft ever built, including fully customized Boeing 747s transformed into flying palaces. Inside, you'll find gold interiors, seating designed like thrones, bedrooms in the sky, and even fully equipped medical facilities on board. Some jets include conference rooms where billion-dollar decisions are made mid-air. Deals are signed above the clouds while the world moves below. And in some cases, prayer rooms are carefully aligned toward Mecca. Because even at 40,000 feet, luxury never disconnects from tradition. And then the yachts, floating kingdoms. Members of the royal family have owned some of the most expensive yachts ever built, with values exceeding $500 million. These vessels include helipads, submarines, private cinemas, infinity pools overlooking endless ocean. But what makes them truly extraordinary is privacy. These yachts are designed to disappear, to host moments the world will never witness, to create experiences that never reach the internet. This isn't a vacation. It's a moving empire at sea, a place where the outside world simply doesn't exist. But here's where it becomes even more unreal. There are over 15,000 members of the House of Saud, thousands of princes, thousands of princesses, and many of them live lives of extreme luxury, funded by the kingdom's oil wealth. Monthly allowances for some royals can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, just for being part of the family. No business, no job, just on a scale most people will never understand. And even within this family, there are levels. Some operate at a level so exclusive, even other royals rarely see it. And beyond the luxury, there is power. Because the House of Saud doesn't just spend wealth, they control it. Through oil giant Saudi Aramco, the most valuable company in the world, they influence global energy markets, economies, and even politics. When oil prices shift, the world reacts. When decisions are made, entire industries move. This is where luxury meets dominance, where wealth becomes influence, and influence becomes control. But here's what most people never see. Beyond the gold, the cars, the palaces, there exists a deeper level of exclusivity. Private islands hidden from public access, closed-door gatherings attended by some of the most powerful individuals on Earth, rooms where billion-dollar decisions are made in silence, conversations that shape the future without ever being recorded, a lifestyle so protected it almost never leaks. Because true power doesn't need to be seen, because what you've just seen is only the surface. There is something deeper behind all this luxury, something more powerful than money, something built on influence, legacy, and control. And trust me, it changes everything. Before we go deeper, make sure you like this video, share it, and drop a comment, because what you're about to hear, most people will never even think about. Because beyond the visible luxury, there's an inner circle, not just royalty, but power players within the royal family itself. The ones who don't just inherit wealth, they control direction. They decide where billions go, which industries rise, and which deals shape the future. At the center of this sits Mohammed bin Salman, often referred to as MBS. He isn't just a royal, he represents a new era, an era where tradition meets transformation. Through massive projects like NEOM, a futuristic megacity designed to redefine how people live, and The Line, a 170-kilometer-long smart city with no cars, no roads, and powered entirely by technology, we're witnessing something different. This isn't just about maintaining wealth anymore. It's about reinventing an entire nation. Billions are being poured into tourism, technology, entertainment, a complete shift away from oil dependency. And that means one thing. The power you're seeing today is evolving into something even bigger tomorrow. But here's the real question. What happens when a family that already controls trillions starts building the future itself? What happens when luxury is no longer the goal, but influence over how the world will live? Because at that level, you're not just rich, you're shaping reality. So now I want to ask you, if you had access to that kind of power, what would you build? A private city, a hidden island, or something the world has never seen before? And be honest, do you think this level of wealth is inspiring or dangerous? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's see who really understands this level of power. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to see this, and subscribe. Because what we've just uncovered is only the outer layer of something much deeper, a world even more exclusive, more controlled, and far more powerful than it appears. And once you step into it, there's no looking at wealth the same way again.